Hey friends, it's Raven Scry. Today I'm going to have a little bit of a scroll. It's been some time since I've done a scroll, quite a few months back. And, I've connected into my last monthly read, or for this month, over on Patreon. We did a read and there was mention of alts and, alts being lifted. Now, it looks to be that that's been the case. Now, I also feel like that's still on the cards. So, what I'm wanting to do is just have a scroll and see what stands out. What feels good, what stands out as solid, and really move it over onto Patreon and really try and decipher some good alts to be in. Now, I'm going to try to focus it into some, as I said, more solid ones, not sort of all these crazy little flighty memes. I've done some other videos on some of these other things like that, detective work, as in what clues Spirit can give for some possible really big movers. But I'd like to really focus in on some more stable things as well. So that's kind of my intention too. Now, I see that ETH has moved quite a lot. Not long ago it was at 1500 US, and now it's like, woo, look at it today. It's nearly at like 2700. It's really up. And often the alts will follow to some degree when ETH starts to have a move. So yeah, I'm gonna have a scroll, see what we find, see what we tune into. Just gonna tune in as I go, and if there's ones that I miss, it doesn't mean that they might not do well or not so well. It just means that I've missed them, so we can't get to all of the things. But so we have Bitcoin. Bitcoin's feeling like it's pretty stable at the moment, although there was some mention of a dropping element in May. So it almost feels like there's some sort of rest that's taken place within the drop. And for more information on how I've seen this coming in, just go over to Patreon and have a listen to the video, because I can't kind of go into all the details. But it just feels like there was this rest going on for Bitcoin, and it has moved up a little bit, but it's also not moving a lot at the moment. And I feel as though the limelight is going more in to the alts at this time. So, all right, so connecting in XRP moving forward, I feel like, yes, I feel good vibes with it. I feel big, strong. They show me strong moves up, down, like it's just jaggedy moves in regard to that one. Solana. I feel like Solana's quite solid as well. And it's as if really that Solana has been this whole big talk of the town, like, oh wow, Solana, but then it's pulled back a bit and people are a bit iffy on it. But I still feel like, yeah, it's solid and it's got quite a story forward. All the news isn't necessarily on it, but it feels like it's got some legs still there as we move forward. But I may look deeper into selective ones over on Patreon. Okay, Doge has a lighter energy with it. They're giving me this kind of lighter energy. I still feel momentum up. I do feel like there will be a bit of a lift going on for quite a few of these. Okay, Sui. Yeah, I feel good, strong vibes with Sui as well. I feel like the movements might be a bit strange in the way the charts will move. So whatever goes on moving forward, there's going to be big volatility. It looks as though. But Sui feels strong. Any words for Sui, Spirit? Oh dear, sometimes the Spirit says stuff, I'm like, well, okay. They've given me meat and potatoes. meat and potatoes, it's such like an Aussie saying, it's the meat and potatoes of it. So it's like, the basic goodness, the basic stability. So yeah, I feel like Sui's going to be a good one to hang on to moving forward. All right. Yeah, still feel good with Link, although it's like there's not a lot of light on it, there's not, meaning it's not seen necessarily. It feels like it's just going along, but it's strange the way it appears. It's like there's not light on it, it's not being viewed. Okay, moving along. AVAX. Yeah, I still feel strongly with AVAX. I know that through this last couple of years, AVAX has been a bit disappointing. It's like it didn't kind of get past certain points that we thought it would, and Spirit's spoken quite highly of it as well in the past. So I still feel positive vibes with that one. Okay, wow, there's so many here. There's quite a few that I feel quite positive. I feel like I want to skip SHIB, but I know so many of you guys love SHIB, so I'm just going to connect in to SHIB, Spirit. Anything you've got to share around SHIB? They're just referring to monster energy with it. Now, they show me this large energy, and it's interesting because they show it a bit like a sun in the way that it's coming through, and it's actually interesting because a sun came through in the last reading of coins that could have some, positive movement. There was this reference to a sun, but they just show me this energy of SHIB as this sun energy. So I don't know if it's actually connected to that or not, but it feels like it's got a big, powerful energy as we just connect. I can't go too far into these because we don't have a lot of time as we do the scroll, so it's like delving into each one individually and really getting a lot. It's not really the space for it, so I just doing quick check-ins to the ones that draw me, and I just guess I'm going to move into that now because I've sort of touched on quite a few as we've moved down. All right, H-bar. I feel like there's strength with H-bar. Pi, Spirit Pi. as I'm connecting to Pi, and it's like all I can hear is take a piece of pie. Okay, so moving along to hype. Okay, I'm not getting a lot around the ones that I'm touching on. Okay, I'm just going to keep moving down. Okay, keep moving down. I feel drawn to be with BCH. I feel like there's going to be some movement, but it almost feels a bit like Chainlink, and I suppose it's the era that it's coming from. Maybe that's what the connection is, these older alts. BCH, I still feel we will see movement with that one too. Just doesn't have the shiny vibe that some of these other ones do. But is there something more around BCH? Because I keep being pulled back to BCH. Anything to say around BCH, Spirit? Anything to say? Anything to show? Yeah, I feel like there's good, strong movement still with that one when things start to move. All right, so what else do we have here? Peppy. I'm just hearing a pop in regards to Peppy. I really see a lot of these moving, because I guess the larger market is going to move into an energy of alts moving. That's how it feels for me in the way that I keep being shown this. So, yeah, interesting. Uni. Good strength around that one as well. Tau, which is Potenza, I think. Hang on, let's just double check that. Potenza. Okay. What have we got here? It's like they show me some sort of consolidation or some sort of side movement. It still looks to be moving up. Ondo. Yeah, feels good. They sort of show me moving up with Ondo, then moving across. It's like they're giving me these shapes of some sort of movement up, and this is in regards to movement on a chart. There's some sort of movement up, then some sort of movement. It looks to be like almost like a cup in the way that it comes down. It's like it's sort of pulling back and moving down into a cup, but then I feel like there's this other movement as well. So the trajectory moving forward feels like there's going to be volatility, but there's going to be these bursts, which wouldn't be, new for the way the market moves. It feels like it's going to go in these stages, but it feels like there's a sort of lift stage that comes in where things are moving. Then there's this kind of pulling back, this rounding, but then there's, boom, another movement, which almost feels like it's more straight up. And whether that's the peak of the market or not, I don't know, but it feels pretty like there's a lot of energy behind it, a lot of power. And just to speak to this, this is not financial advice, and, these predictions, what I see, what comes through from Spirit, can certainly turn out differently, and they have. Sometimes they hit, sometimes they miss. It's not a defined, exact science, this, so just remember that, and don't get your knickers in a knot if it doesn't turn out the way that's spoken. And just connect in and see how we go, see what comes in with Spirit. All right, so render. I looked down number 51 at render. Now, Spirit's spoken about render being a big one in the past, and they kind of given me some big figures, multiple zeros on movements. So in regards to X's, so I can't give time, but I feel like render is going to be one that's quite popular. But I also hear safe. There's some safety in render, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so what have we got here? We've got FET. I feel like FET, decent movement, substantial growth as well. Look, I'm not getting a lot of, I feel like they're kind of clumping a lot of this in together. And, sometimes I approach this a little bit different, and we go into different energies and different vibes as we travel, but it's like they're almost showing me the same thing, or very similar things. There's this element of movement up going on here to a point, some sort of movement down, a rounding, and then some sort of takeoff here with these. So, my idea was to look more into solid alts, but it's like they're all doing a similar dance, the ones that I've looked at. And of course, different varying degrees of that dance, of how much they move, but it feels like there's a lot that are kind of moving together in some sort of sequence, Which suggests to me that the market is going to lift the alts, and that's what I'm feeling about it. So what I might do out of those, I think I've gotten to around the 50 mark in these CoinGecko charts here, on the crypto charts. I'm going to go over to Patreon, and I'm just going to kind of connect in to more of those and just see what, see if there's more around particular coins, get a little bit more specific with certain things, and anything that Spirit wants to kind of tune in or hone into. And I think that will be good. But my idea is to really try to focus into some alts that are worth hanging on to for a little while, not just kind of trying to ride the wave and quickly get out. Something that's a bit more solid, that perhaps has some really big energy with it moving forward over the next coming time. That's my intention. Often we go into these readings around all these little, crappy coins, these little shit coins, and the ones that can do 100x's, and by all means, some of them have, and like Spirit mentioned Troll, and of course it did go over 100x. So we have some of these, but I feel like there's an importance for some more solid alts and suggestions of solid alts, solid projects moving forward. So that's what I'm going to focus into over on Patreon. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to leave it there, and if you feel to join us over there on Patreon, you're very welcome. I've just opened a new tier, which is more spiritual focused, which is going to be focusing into some meditations, some psychic development, skills development, some different journey work, and so I have a crypto tier, if that's something that you're keen on, but also a more spiritual kind of expanded tier, for those that aren't interested, and then you can blend the two if you want a bit of both. So it's up to you, but come and join us over there. If not, I'll see you guys again very soon here, and I hope everybody's well. Take care. Raven Scry signing off.